once more. I could die a happy man, I'm sure. When you said your last goodbye, I died a little bit inside. I lay in tears in bed all night, alone without you by my side. But if you loved me, why'd you leave me? Take my body, take my body. All I want is, and all I need is to find somebody. I'll find somebody like you. See, you brought out the best of me, a part of me I've never seen. You took my soul and wiped it clean. Our love was made for movie screens. But if you loved me, why'd you leave me? Take my body, take my body. All I want is, and all I need is to find somebody. I'll find somebody. Why'd you leave me? Take my body, take my body. All I want is, and all I need is to find somebody. I'll find somebody like you. Somebody said we got a new friend. But does she love you better than I can. And there's a big black sky over my town. I know where you're at, I bet she's around. And yeah, I know it's stupid, but I just gotta see it for myself. I'm in the corner, watching you kiss her. Oh, oh, oh. And I'm right over here, why can't you see me? Oh, oh, oh. And I'm giving it my all, but I'm not the guy you're taking home. Ooh, I keep dancing on my own. I just wanna dance all night. And I'm all messed up, I'm so out of line. Stilettos and broken bottles, I'm spinning around in circles. And I'm in the corner, watching you kiss her. Oh, and I'm right over here, why can't you see me? Oh, and I'm giving it my all, but I'm not the guy you're taking home. Ooh, I keep dancing on my own. And so far away, but still so near. The lights come on, the music dies, but you don't see me standing here. I just came to say goodbye. I'm in the corner, watching you kiss her. Oh, and I'm giving it my all, but I'm not the guy you're taking home. Ooh, I keep dancing on my own. And now, sit down in the corner, watching you kiss her. Oh no, and I'm right over here, why can't you see me? Oh no, and I'm giving it my all, but I'm not the guy you're taking home. Ooh, I keep dancing on my own. So far away, but still so near. The lights come on, the music dies, but you don't see me standing here. They say that love is hard to find. Sure found it hard to find in mine. Although love walked right up to my face, she said you can only love what you die for, babe. But share our life so I can said if it's love or death, baby, no need to decide. Well, should I live a life so I can find you? Don't let darkness hide you from my face, baby. Should I live a life so I can find you? Well, I'd surely die for your embrace. Should I live a life so I can find you? Don't let darkness hide you from my face, baby. I've got a light, but it's sure to find you, but it might just blind you before that, baby. Well, it might just blind you before that, baby. It might just blind you before that, baby.
I promise that I'll hold you when it's cold out, when we lose our winter coats in the spring. 'Cause lately I was thinking I never told you that every time I see you my heart sings. 'Cause we lived at the carnival in summer, scared ourselves to death on a ghost train. And just like every Ferris wheel stops turning, oh, I guess we had an expiration date. So I won't say I love you, it's too late. Every time I saw you, I got nervous, shivering and shaking at the knees. And just like every song I haven't heard yet, no, I didn't know the words in front of me, in front of me. And oh, but I don't wanna know who'll take you home, who'll take you home, who'll take you home, if I let you go. Now that you're on someone else's shoulders, the winter winds are colder on my own. Maybe we will meet when we get older, maybe we won't. So I won't say I love you if you don't. No, you don't. so I won't say I love you if you don't. Lately I ain't been the same man you knew me to be, knew me to be. I've been so caught up, so thoughtless, you know that ain't me, no, that ain't me. But even in my darkest hour, you were a light I could see. But all of us fall, you know when you call. Yeah, you can count on me. When the roof falls in, when the windows break, it's all you can take. Yeah, you can count on me. When you come undone, when it all goes wrong, and you need someone, yeah, you can count on me. I know some mornings it's counting the days, it's almost summer. Let's get right back to where we started. The time we've spent apart means nothing. I've been waiting, this time I won't waste it. I'm finding out what's inside your head, taking back all the things I said, picking up pieces from the wreck. Let's get back to where we started. I wanna get back to where we started. Leaving the days just lost their meaning. There's no substance in a self-centered existence. Waiting, the sky is fell down on me. I don't feel safe here, it makes me feel uneasy. I'm finding out what's inside your head, taking back all the things I said, picking up pieces from the wreck. Let's get back to where we started. I wanna get back to where we started. Let's get back to where we started. I wanna get back to where we started.
Good evening, I'm Peter Hitchener with the Eastern Football League headlines. In 2019, the EFL's growth and expansion continues. Netball EFL will expand from 79 teams in 2018 to 90-plus teams in 2019. The popular Friday night competition will be played out at 5 venues across the eastern suburbs. Eastern Region Girls Footy will expand from 113 teams in 2018 to more than 170 teams. The league comprises 140 teams across 5 age groups, under 10s to under 18s. Girls' participation now represents 28% of total junior participants. Boys' team numbers will grow to 360 teams. The Deakin University Eastern Region Women's Competition has grown from 18 teams in 2018 to 40 teams. The competition will comprise a 5-division structure, with Don Vale and Vermont looking to defend their 2018 premierships in the Premier Division in season 2019. The EFL also sees its first season of the senior men's competition restructure, with 5 divisions in full flight, with Premier Division and Divisions 1, 2, 3 and 4. Vermont will be out to defend its 2018 top-tier premiership this year under senior coach Harmit Singh. The Eagles' premiership win over South Croydon marked the club's first senior flag since 2009. Doncaster East will be looking to repeat last season's heroics in the second tier, while Baronia and the White Horse Pioneers will be out to defend their respective premierships. The EFL has also welcomed its 45th senior club, Croydon North Mount Lilydale Old Collegians Football Club, who will compete in Division 4. In coaching news across the league, Paris Harvey has landed at Quamby Reserve and will coach North Ringwood in Premier Division, while in Division 1, Wantirna South will be looking for a return to finals under former Vermont and Blackburn mentor Steve Cochran. Murrelbach will be guided by Brett Lavars. Former Carlton defender Dennis Armfield heads to Park Orchards, while dual Baldwin Premiership player Tom Roach will coach Bayswater. Heathmont will compete in Division 2 this season under the tutelage of former Jets junior and Vermont Eagle Kyle Emley. In Division 3, Dave Newlands will coach Churnside Park. Dennett Merton will lead Don Vale and Wantirna South. Premiership player Luke Galliard heads up the mountain to coach South Belgrave. And in Division 4, Justin George will coach the Kilsyth team, while Justin Cicluna leads at Forest Hill. That's all the latest this Wednesday. For more EFL news, head to efl.org.au or follow the league on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Team App. Channel 9 is proud to be an EFL major sponsor in 2019. Now, please welcome your Master of Ceremonies for this evening's EFL launch from 9 News.
Is this on? Here we go. Yeah? Oh. Okay.
There we go, Tony.
Thank you. Just want to thank Channel 7 for the audio tonight. That was a very warm and friendly introduction to us, wasn't it?
Very knowledgeable too, isn't he?
Yeah. I tell you, Peter Hitchener is very up with his EFL, let me tell you, because Noble Park celebrating their 100th year this year. Big round of applause for Noble Park. And Peter Hitchener was there for the very first game.
He's looking good though, isn't he?
He's looking too good, actually. No, he's going great. Now, we of course, over the years, obviously through our connection with Channel 9 and just a love of all things footy, have a great affiliation with the EFL. So we have our own teams. I was born and bred in Noble Park, so obviously I have an emotional connection to Noble Park. But then I married into money and gave them the arse, and now very much Baldwin.
Who else are you looking out for this year?
Well, Hitch made mention of it actually. Croydon North, MLOC.
Very good.
Just MLOC. They just want to be MLOC.
Do they?
Yeah. They got. So have you seen their jumper?
No, I haven't. What?
Where's Croydon North? Not
MLOC.
Oh, you're down the back. That's a good start. Anyway, you got 2 heads on your jumper, have you? You got what? Oh, you just got 1 head. Oh. No, you're not from Tasmania. No. Okay, I think they got 2, but just 1 head now. They've dropped off. Who are you supporting?
Well, I'm a Glen Waverley boy, 3150. So obviously, my heart says.
Is that a gang or something?
Yeah, I've got it tattooed on my ankle. Park Orchards though on the way up.
Park Orchards.
Park
They are on
Orchards,
the way up, actually.
very much so.
Where's Park Orchards tonight?
Yeah, going well.
Okay.
Anyway,
Not the first time they've gone missing, but no, they're going great guns. And who else?
well, yeah, Glen Waverley and Park Orchards.
Oh, Glen Waverley and Park Orchards. Okay. All righty. Now, we do need to make some special welcomes, of course. It wouldn't be an EFL launch or an EFL function, really, if we didn't have some politicians
Great
jumping on
venue
board.
as well here, Deakin University. Great venue.
You studied here, didn't you?
I studied, did some of my best work here.
What did you study here?
Thanks for asking. Started off commerce law and then transferred into arts law and then graduated with just arts because I couldn't be fucked.
Which would explain where you're smart arts.
Exactly.
I didn't go to university. Closest, I went to Melbourne University for a weekend.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, to knock off some equipment from their gym. That was the closest I got to a university. My son actually went to university. He was the first person in our family, like I'm talking my brothers, my sisters, the first person in our family, and very, very proud of him. He did a double degree.
In?
PlayStation and Xbox.
Okay,
Anyway,
good.
it's held him in good stead. We've got to welcome some politicians.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh,
Yeah. David Hodgett, the member for Croydon, is here. Good on you, David. Where are you?
there he is.
Yeah, there he is down there. Don't go overboard. There's plenty here. Nick Wakeling, member for Ferntree Gully. Where are you, Nick?
There he
Yeah,
is.
Nick. Oh, they're all together. They're all
What a
together.
surprise.
Who else we got?
We've got Matty Freegan, member for Waverley. G'day, Matty. And also Jake Keogh, who is the Mayor of Knox. Where are you, Jake?
Where are you, Jake?
Yep, good evening.
Oh, he's having a mare. Anyway, Jake's not here. We've also got members of the EFL board and the junior committee. And more importantly, I suppose it's great to see the amount of sponsors that are here tonight. Players, the club representatives, the club officials and everything. It's a
And the
great turnout.
volunteers too. Great to see the volunteers. Thanks for all your contributions right through the year.
A couple of Hawthorn boys are here.
Exactly, yeah. We've got Liam and James. Just thanks for making an appearance, boys. Hawthorn, a great supporter of the EFL.
Yes, that's right. And the Hawthorn Media Department do a great job.
Yeah, let's pass on that. Anyway,
But anyway, the boys are here and they'll be up on stage a little later on. First up, though, is a man, this is his 12th year now as chairman of the EFL, and it just continues to prosper, as Hitch said off the cuff there before.
yeah, he's a great man. Good Glen Waverley man is Graham.
Graham Helbish,
Yeah, absolutely. Known him since I was a little boy.
the rich part of Glen
Yeah,
Waverley.
very much so.
He's done well for himself. Would you please put your hands together for the chairman of the Eastern Football League in his 12th year now, Graham Helbish.
Thanks, Tony and Quint. We haven't had the dynamic duo before. It's usually been one or the other. Nice routine, boys. Nice routine. And we're not paying you anything. Just fulfilling our expectations of a loyal sponsor, which Channel 9 has been now for a long time. Most of those years I spent in the chair, Channel 9 has been with us, and Tony and Quint and Peter Hitchner in particular have been great supporters of the league, have visited many clubs, as so many of you would know, over the years, and we appreciate your ongoing input and support. It does mean a great deal to us, and they've been tremendous partners of the league. As are now Deakin Uni, great to be in this space, and we thank in his absence over in India, Professor Rod Snow, but we have Deputy Head of School here, Associate Professor Brad Aisbert. I chatted with a short time ago, and it's a great relationship, work placements and many other fields of endeavour we're doing in conjunction with Deakin Uni. So a great opportunity for so many of you to see some of the workings of this great institution and another terrific partner of the league. We also have representatives from Eastland here tonight, our new major sponsor, right in the heartland of the EFL, and it's great to be able to welcome Eastland as sponsors of the league. Started off very strongly with a 3-year agreement. Again, there's many ways in which we'll be able to work successfully together, and I think the beginnings of another great partnership. EFL and Eastland goes hand in glove, I think, and we'll see the fruits of that over a long, long time. Many other sponsors of the league are here. Happy to say, as someone remarked to me down on the floor, we seem to be able to build great partnerships, and we've had many, many of our sponsors with us for many years, Bendigo Bank among them. Good to see Stuart here tonight and his crew, and we're fortunate to have them with us, and we ask you to continue to support them. Another important partner is Hawthorn Footy Club. There's a great deal being done in club and game development in cooperation with Hawthorn as part of their commitment to community program, and it is good to have Liam Shields and James Sicily here tonight, who are making important contributions to that and to our junior interleague program in which they participated last year. And as Tony said, we'll hear from them later. We also have Neil Surlier from the Blue Ribbon Foundation. For those of you who don't know or may not know, $1 from every admission to our grand finals goes towards the Blue Ribbon Foundation, and we become a significant sponsor, if you like, and you'll hear about how that money's been allocated, a significant amount, to a facility not too far away from here quite recently. The League has a new 5-year strategic plan. You'll all be able to read that on the EFL website. We continue to look at ways that we can go on improving the League as an environment for you who have to work so hard as volunteers, the players, all the participants. We believe that if we can create the right kind of positive environment that helps you spread the burden and feel a return on your tremendous investment of time and energy and emotion that you make to your respective clubs. The League sets very high standards. We don't shy away from that at all. Everyone who plays in this league has pride in the competition and all aspects of the competition. Wherever any person derives from, no matter what their personality or their culture might be, there's always a place for them in the EFL. We've seen the spectre of social media in the forefront in recent weeks, and I can promise you, and particularly our female participants, that anything unacceptable that finds its way onto social media through any of the avenues connected with the Eastern Football League will be dealt with very, very strongly. Your welfare is of our interest, and it's a responsibility that we'll take very, very seriously. We'll look after you as best we possibly can and protect you. It's all about inclusiveness, which is a given across all aspects of the league. As you heard Peter say on the news, the tremendous number of teams in the competition this year, all up between football and netball, men's, boys, girls, women's footy, 750 plus teams. There is no community football league in Australia of our size and, I believe, of our quality. More than 1/3 of all those teams now mean that we have 35% plus of female participants. It's been a great addition to the EFL community to see the growth in this area of our competition over recent years, and it's not only been very welcome, it's been a tremendous enhancement to all of our clubs, and I know how positively you all see it. Tonight in the room we have many of our club leaders on and off the field, captains, coaches, presidents, secretaries, treasurers, others. You command respect from all of the people around you. You expect it, and you know you have to earn it. And we're the same at the league, and we have a collective responsibility as leaders to reflect the standards set by the league and those required from all of your clubs. Our record is very strong in this area, but it's only as good as we make it as leaders of our respective organisations. Tonight is all about celebrating the start of another great season of footy and netball in the east of Melbourne with all of our tremendous partners. I thank you all for coming. I thank you all for being part of our great competition and wish you all the very best for 2019. Thank you.
All right, Graham, thanks very much for that, and good luck to you as you embark on, as I say, 12th year as chairman of the EFL. Now, you might recall last month it was announced that Eastland had assumed the major sponsorship rights of the Eastern Footy League. It's a 3-year deal, so that'll go through until 2021. It is worth more than $150,000, so it's significant. And what they get for that, Eastland, the centre's logo will be on all the balls, the team jumpers, it'll obviously have a digital presence, game day activations right throughout the season. So Eastland will be very, very front and centre, and both in name and attitude, it's a great fit.
Yeah, very much so, because they'll be supplying various essential for various matches and club events, helping clubs increase fundraising opportunities as well, Tej. There's a number of clubs who've already reached out to the Eastland marketing team for assistance through season 2019, which is sensational.
Absolutely, and just looking at some of the stats, we know that Eastland's been part of the community for over 50 years, opening back in 1957. The centre's gone through various developments, and I guess 2015, I know that we did stories on 9 News just about how significant that redevelopment was. And there's now over 350 retailers, and I know that because occasionally my wife takes me. I don't shop, I just follow.
How do you go with the car parking?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. If you get there early, it's good. But no, I've never had a problem with the car parking, Clint. And given they've forked out over $150,000 in sponsorship, I have never had a problem with the car parking.
Well, the marketing team, speaking of which, Jodie Murphy, Jacinta Bonsack, they'll be available to discuss club opportunities with you. And also, we have a gift for every club, which can be collected at the conclusion of tonight's launch.
What is it?
It's a surprise.
A car park voucher.
Oh, let's hope so.
Tell you what, they're worth their weight in gold, those ones. I'll tell you who else we've got here tonight.
Greg?
Yep.
Greg Barmforth. So let's get Greg up on stage now, just to have a quick chat about the initiative. Greg?
Come on, Greg, up you come. Just in the middle here. So you've been there for, what, more than 10 years now?
Absolutely. No, not at Eastland, though, with QIC.
Yeah, what's that?
So, QIC, Queensland Investment Corporation.
Oh, yeah, they own Eastland.
They own Eastland, that's right.
Right, okay, right. I got you now. So what is it that makes Eastland sort of so special?
It is Eastland. It is special. I guess the investment over time that QIC have put into Ringwood, into the area, to see the product that sits on the ground today, it's fantastic. So come down and have a look if you haven't been there.
I know I've been there.
And I will look after everyone with parking vouchers if need be. All right? Not a problem.
Okay, good. Because it's sort of seemingly just like growing and growing. And there was always this theory about you guys linking up with Chadstone to stop people from Dandenong coming into the city. But when does it all end? I mean, how much further can you go with renovations?
I guess it's always about reinventing ourselves and seeing what else we can do. So, we've got the hotel sits on top of the shopping centre at the moment. We'll have there's some residential building outside. There'll be some more office buildings that'll continue to grow. So there's plenty more to come.
Now, Clint's got some questions because he frequents the area because whilst I sort of tend to hang around the cheaper stores, the budget ones, he goes to the... Huh?
What stores?
Well, like Dimmy's and the reject shop. Yeah. Have you got that?
Reject shop.
Reject shop, yeah, that's right, yeah.
More your style, Tej.
Reject shop, he goes to the, the upmarket clothing stores.
Yeah, hence why you can't name them. But anyway, tell us about this initiative, the partnership, why it's so important to the crew at Eastland.
I guess it's definitely about the community, the reach out into the community. We certainly see it from a touch point viewpoint from the team there to get into the grassroots stuff, to out into the ground level, and that's what it's all about. It really is.
So when Clint was saying before about how the clubs can actually utilise Eastland, what can you expand on that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Look, there's heaps of coffee shops there, so no doubt about that. But we're about helping the clubs as well. So we've got some community space. if they need to sell raffles, if it's membership drives, if it's anything that we think that we could help drive membership to your clubs and help support the clubs, we're there, we're available. Can I just call out Jody and Jacinta over there? Certainly.
Where are you, Jody and Jacinta?
Jody and Jacinta over there.
Okay. You're at the Eastland stall. Very popular.
The superstars of the marketing team that certainly put a lot of work into getting this to where it is and where this partnership is today. So I'd really like to thank them and just a round of applause if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they've done a fantastic job. And I guess I wouldn't be here tonight if it wasn't for those two and the push and the drive that they've given us to get it up and running.
So, given I don't want to harp on the fact that you're opening your doors to all the clubs, but it's very generous and it's very important. So, can the club representatives go over and see the marketing team later and just
Absolutely.
Get more of an expansive understanding of what's on offer?
Business cards are on the table, contacts for both team members over there. So more than happy to take calls, catch up with you in the centre, whatever's needed to help support the clubs.
All right, beautiful.
Great stuff. Greg, thanks so much, and thanks for the contribution this year.
No problem. Pleasure.
Good, mate. Good to see you. We actually bought a dog from Eastland once at the pet shop. Just
Pets
near the
Paradise,
show.
yeah?
I think it might have been Pets Paradise, just near the escalators. You know, the travelator?
Yeah, yeah.
Goes up, yeah. And we had it for about 4 weeks, and my son took it for a walk, and it never came back.
It's got a nice ending,
Did I get my money back on that, or was it a fox terrier?
He nodded. Greg nodded.
Oh, Greg nodded, did he? Oh, right, okay, good. I think it was $2,500, remember? Anyway, we have also got something else very, very special.
So the EFL very proud of its long-standing association with the Victoria Police Blue Ribbon Foundation, of course, Teach. During the season, we're going to be partnering with them to deliver a new life-saving service to Eastern Health at the Box Hill Hospital. To tell us more about this really exciting project.
It's like family here at the
Isn't
EFL.
he just? The CEO of the Victoria Police Blue Ribbon Foundation, Neil Soulier.
Go on, Neil, up you come.
Thanks very much, Tony. And can I congratulate Eastland and all of the other sponsors that support EFL. We've had a very long and proud association, not as a sponsor but as a recipient of the generosity of the EFL, and they are thoroughly an organisation worth investing in and worth supporting. So congratulations to you all. This year the Victoria Police Blue Ribbon Foundation is proud to lead a major project at Eastern Health. It's the Critical Circulatory Support Service that will bring new technology and skills to the Box Hill Hospital that can provide intensive heart and lung support to critically ill patients that is both timely and less invasive than conventional life support. Now, we made this announcement at the Division 1 Grand Final last year, and in a nutshell, we've had a very long and rewarding relationship with the Eastern Football League during the Grand Final series. For community sport to choose a charity, particularly a major charity like ourselves, and to share funds with that is truly outstanding, and it says a lot about the culture of the Eastern Football League. So we quarantined those funds from day one with a view to funding something of community benefit in the eastern part of Melbourne, because we too believe that you should spend where you earn. This new life-saving facility at Box Hill Hospital, it is new technology, but it also serves more than one purpose. As part of this project, in addition to the equipment that is being installed, and it is very expensive equipment, we're also helping Eastern Health establish a training centre for this new technology. They'll be able to teach their medical, their nursing and their other medical clinicians all about, firstly, the diagnosis of conditions that could benefit from the use of what is called ECMO equipment, and then the very precise application of that equipment to save lives. By establishing this training centre, it will not only provide more skills throughout the entire Eastern Health, because they intend to extend that service to all of their staff in their three major hospitals at both Box Hill, at Maroondah Hospital in Ringwood, and the William Angliss down at Ferntree Gully. It also elevates Box Hill Hospital in particular from being a metropolitan hospital to a tertiary hospital, and that will result in more funding. I'm not going to try and explain the benefits and the technical details of ECMO, the training centre and this new CCSS that we're establishing. The cost is in excess of $700,000, and every person involved in the EFL can be enormously proud that you are a major partner in this project. Through your generosity, and in many cases probably didn't realise it was happening, but because you're part of a great culture that has enormous community spirit, later this year we will be installing facilities that will literally save people's lives. And these are people who are at their most vulnerable and enormously ill, and to be able to provide this type of service on a timely basis where seconds count, let alone minutes, it will literally save lives. And so my purpose here tonight is to congratulate everybody involved in the EFL for this project. I've been doing this work for 30 years. I've seen over 60 hospital projects installed right across Victoria, and this is by far the most exciting because it has come from grassroots people. And a great byproduct of that is that when you do something good and interesting, other people take notice, and we've got a number of other people who are looking to support this and future projects within Eastern Health. So you've also been the catalyst to have a long and continuing partnership. You will be finding out more about this project over the course of this season. We'll be linking up with your various marketing and communications channels because we want everyone to know just what a great job you've done. That's it for me, but to summarise and to sum it up and also encourage more support, let's hear from a great friend of the EFL and also an ambassador for Eastern Health, Peter Hitchener.
Hello, I'm Peter Hitchener and I'm proud to be patron of the Eastern Health Foundation. I strongly believe in community involvement and the great work being done by Eastern Health. I've also supported the Victoria Police Blue Ribbon Foundation over many years, so I'm thrilled they're coming together on this life-saving project. What a legacy for the foundation to be marking their 30th anniversary with a commitment to the largest single hospital project they have funded. The new Critical Circulatory Support Service at Eastern Health's Box Hill Hospital is in honour of all Victoria Police officers who've died in the line of duty. Currently, critically ill patients needing artificial heart-lung support have had to be transferred to other hospitals such as the Alfred, as Box Hill doesn't have those services. Not having to transfer these patients will save lives. This new service will be led by Eastern Health's Cardiology and Intensive Care Unit teams. The funding from Blue Ribbon Foundation, with your support, will deliver equipment and establish a training centre to enable Eastern Health to provide life-saving artificial heart-lung support. Eastern Health services an area of Melbourne with a population of almost 1 million people, so this new service is vital for those communities. Let's hope none of us need artificial heart-lung support at Box Hill Hospital, but it's comforting to know that it's there for those who do.
Thanks very much to Hitch. Jeez, he's been busy tonight, hasn't he, Tone?
Don't know where he finds the time. I mean, to do all that stuff. I mean, with the news, it goes an hour. But anyway, so Peter Hitchener backing up what we heard before with the fact that from Neil that there's so much work goes into it and so much worthy causes. You know, Neil obviously with Blue Ribbon Foundation, so the police, and obviously in Eastland now, you know, sort of the major. Here's a bit of trivia for you. I remember as a kid, my grandparents lived in Ringwood, and we were always fascinated because the police station opposite Eastland, is that still there, Neil, that police station? Was what they used for Matlock Police, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was the. Do you know Matlock Police?
No idea.
Right.
Sorry.
I do. Never heard of Matlock Police?
No.
Paul Cronin on the motorbike talking to Shirl, you know?
No.
Okay.
Hey, let's get Liam Shields and James Sicily up here now, I think.
From the Hawthorn
Football Club. Great.
Two champion players. Bring them up.
Great supporters.
Watch the calves and the hammies.
Of the Eastern Football League, of course, Teach. Boys, go one either side, I reckon.
Go either side. Either side. Well, let's start with you, Liam, because you're no stranger to the EFL, a bit of a basin boy.
Yeah, so played my local footy down at the Bear Cave there and loved it. Some of the funnest times of my life, and still mates with the guys that I played footy down there. So, yeah, very grateful to what the basin did for me.
Any premiership success there?
No, we didn't. We made the finals a couple of years, but, yeah, could never win a premiership there.
James, what about you? Big role with the EFL this year. Bit of an interleague type support role, is that right? Tell us about that.
Yeah, obviously we did it last year with the interleague guys, and something that I'm working on in my part of the career now is my leadership stuff, and so great for the opportunity to work with some younger kids and potentially mentor them, because I'm going to get a lot out of it as well.
What's the number one message you sort of drive home with the interleague boys? A bit more chirp on the field?
No, I'd probably tell them not to do what I did. Yeah.
Hey, Liam, just take us through, we were talking about your days at the Basin and then the pathway went down the TAC. Just take us through that, how all that came about, and that was obviously life-changing in many ways.
Yeah, so I grew up playing soccer till I was about 14, and all my mates at Aquinas College played down at the Basin, so they convinced me to come down and play there. So spent, I think, a season down there, and was lucky enough to get picked up by the Eastern Rangers and play some decent footy down there, and then, yeah, had the pathway of Vic Metro AIS, and, yeah, very fortunate to get drafted to Hawthorn, which is the closest club here. I still had a year of school to finish at Aquinas, so the club were fantastic with letting me take a bit of time off footy, and also the school was fantastic with letting me train a little bit. So it was a very fun year for me, TJ.
Hey, it was a fun week last week for you and the boys, the Hawthorn boys. Got a win first up in Adelaide as well. That must have been a good feeling.
Yeah, it was good to get the ball rolling and have a good start to the year. I don't think too many people thought we'd win, so that added a little bit of fuel to the fire for the boys and got us raring to go. So yeah, there's a huge emphasis on round one, but it's really no much important to next week. So.
We ran an item on the news tonight that Tom Scully is that far away from resuming.
Yeah, it's exciting. He's been out of the game for a long time, Sculls, and we got him for pretty cheap in the trade period. So, yeah, I think we'll see him out there, whether it'll be for the senior side or down at Box Hill in the next 1 or 2 weeks. So, yeah, very exciting because he's been training the house down.
Good stuff. Where did you play your junior footy, by the way, James?
I grew up in the western suburbs, so I'm from Melton. I played out there. Yeah.
From where? Melton?
Yeah, Melton.
Yeah. No, it's nice. I know where it is, yeah. Yeah, someone once said it was a satellite city that wasn't launched far enough, but I don't have a problem with it. I've got some great friends out there.
One more about expectations.
Well, talking about he's a Westie, and of course you got the Western Bulldogs this week.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, where are you going with that question?
I don't know. Okay, well, how do you think you will go?
Yeah, if we play like we did last week, I reckon we'll go all right. So that's the challenge. The Doggies obviously had a good win against the Swans, and I don't think too many people would tip them either. So it's going to be a good game.
And that's the beauty of this season, a bit unpredictable as well. Anything can happen. Is that the thought?
Yeah, well, yeah. As the competition sits, it's pretty equal, and we saw that round one when nearly, I reckon, the kiss of death would be leading the footy tips. So yeah, every club's going to win if they play well, and if they show up better than the other team, then they'll probably get the job done. So we're going to bring what we brought last week and hold us in good stead.
Now, just a couple more, because I know you're desperate to get back to the food because you haven't stopped eating since you got here. That was Clint's observation. He goes, Jesus, James can eat. Don't they feed you down at the club?
They do on a Monday and a Wednesday, but a Thursday, Monday, Thursday. So I've been hanging for a meal.
Yeah, well, you're getting your money's worth tonight, I can tell you. Hey, just before, we want to get both your thoughts about local football and EFL in particular, and what the message could be to everyone here tonight when they can take it back to their respective clubs. Tom Mitchell, how gut-wrenching was that? I mean, you have a bloke like Tom, who's obviously a terrific fella and a terrific footballer, a great footballer, and for that to happen.
Yeah, it was tough. It was our first session and our first drill back after Christmas, and it was a pretty gruesome injury, and probably there was about 20 of the boys that were pretty close to him when he did it. So obviously there's a lot of thoughts that go through your head. Obviously there's a few players that start thinking, gee, our season may be over. He's our best player, he's our Brownlow medalist. So, but Clarko spoke to us. Clarko was actually overseas at the time, and he sent us a message and said, oh, basically shit happens, that's footy. We're going to get a couple of young guys to step up and fill that void. tough to replace. But I mean, James Warple was fantastic on the weekend. James Cousins as well. I think he had 20 touches and 2 goals. So gives those guys an opportunity to step up as well. And Tom's been fantastic. He's actually been mentoring Warps a little bit around the club. So yeah, he's gone into more of a coaching role, and he's been upbeat and getting around the boys of the club. So it makes it easier for us as well.
Well, Clarko's a man of great compassion, isn't he?
Well, overseas.
Shit happens.
by the text when you're on the overseas jaunt. But he might be a chance to play some footy maybe in September if you get there.
Yeah, he's a pretty professional bloke and pretty diligent with his rehab, and he's a little bit OCD when it comes to that stuff, so it wouldn't surprise me if he did come back.
As TJ said, obviously your interleague contribution is well known, but what is the take-home message for the guys at grassroots level in clubland right here tonight?
And the girls.
Yeah, I mean, make the club environment as enjoyable and as fun as possible, and make it a place where the kids and girls want to come and be a part of a team and a good culture, and they're going to make friends there for life, I suppose, like Pup said. So, yeah, creating a good environment for them.
All right, terrific stuff, fellas. Thanks for coming along tonight. Good on you, mate. Thanks for continuing to support the EFL, and in particular, James, good on you. And can we just bring the tray of food back around for James, please? He's fading away there.
Really exciting announcement now, Teach, in regards to one of...
You're going to Channel 7?
Yeah.
Hitch is retiring? You're not retiring, you're not going anywhere.
Victorian football's most loyal partner, a message that is particularly pertinent given lives lost on our roads, currently up 48% on this time last year. So after 27 years of partnership with AFL Victoria, the TAC has actually parted ways with the game's elite talent pathways, instead investing some $300,000 directly into grassroots footy. So that's a terrific contribution right around the state, like those in the EFL, of course. They're actually providing a funding pool of $100,000 for the Metropolitan Leagues of Melbourne to reward those who get involved and share this message about towards zero. So by way of perspective, in 1970 there were 1,061 lives lost on Victorian roads. Obviously, due to safety advances, technology and the like, that has dramatically declined, thankfully, down to 213 in 2018, but that's obviously still 213 too many. So, this is where the TAC is throwing it over to you in Clubland, the Eastern Football League clubs, to help spread the word in the community and reap the benefits for the Towards Zero Club Grants program. So by sharing the Towards Zero message in 2019, your club can receive up to $10,000. 4 very simple ways to do it, to show your support, which are detailed in the booklets. Many of you will have already received. They're scattered around the room tonight and on the AFL Victoria website too. So the program will officially launch on April the 1st. So stay tuned and be ready to make the most of this fantastic opportunity. It's a great one, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is. And as you say, 213 is 213 too many. But by you doing your bit, it could obviously help you as well. Now we've got another special guest coming up on stage to join us now.
We do. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, David Mitten from Salt to have a chat to us.
And David's going to present the love of the game. Do you want this on the stand?
No, that's all good. Yeah, cheers. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate the opportunity, and so good to hear the Hawthorn boys talking about culture and a great environment as being the key things to establish at the footy club as a place to remember what you're doing. For those who were at the junior delegates meeting just last week, you might know that the EFL have sponsored every single junior club across the league to run mental health programs through SALT for their girls and their boys teams over 2 years, and the uptake from that's been phenomenal. We've already received full application for that this year. So, just another thank you to the Hawthorn Footy Club for the investment into this league. They're a club that actually really takes their community engagement really seriously. And if I can just plug as well, I know we've talked a lot about sponsors, but the league doesn't run without the sponsors, and the Bendigo Bank, who sponsor the league but also sponsor our organisation to do the work we do through new clubs and in your community. And if you're looking to run programs this year and want to know where to go for funding, they are very open to funding the programs that we run. But tonight we're going to talk just for a few moments about our relationship with the Victorian Responsible Gambling Foundation and the opportunity you've got as a club to take a bit of a stand in this space. So for those who don't know, SALT started about 4 years ago. Dave Burt, who started the organisation, saw that the clubs could be these amazing places for social change. They're these pillars in the community that offer so much to our players, and if we can engage these young people, young men and women at junior and senior clubs in social change, we can actually have a big impact on our community. Video clip here on How to Speak Aussie by Carl Barron. Some of you might have seen this. Help me out here, mate.
Yeah, I love the Australian language. I reckon the Australian language is a naturally smart-ass language. Like, you ask someone how they are in Australia, they don't tell you how they are, they tell you how they're not. And you've got to guess the rest. Okay, mate, how you going? Not bad. What have you been up to? Oh, not much. How much was that? Oh, it wasn't cheap. Where is this place? Oh, it's not far. When are we going? Oh, not long now.
And the reason this kind of makes us laugh is because that's the way we operate. And one of the key things we try and do in sporting clubs is to say, yes, they are great places to banter and have a laugh and to get away from some of the pressures in life, but actually, to go a little bit deeper and have some conversations about some really important issues is really important as well.
Yeah, I love the Australian language. I reckon.
Here we go. So we believe that sporting clubs can have a big impact on their community. Neil Danaher is really struggling, as we all know. And a couple of years ago at the game on Queen's birthday against Collingwood, he addressed the players. And he said, people ask me, why don't you spend all your money just ticking off your bucket list and doing things that make you happy? And he goes, nah. He goes, that doesn't bring me any sense of purpose or meaning. He goes, the thing that gets me out of bed every day to do what I do is to raise funds and money for something that's actually going to help other people. It's about others. And he says the clubs that actually understand this, that sporting clubs, yes, we come together because we love the footy, it's the best game in the world. But actually, the clubs understand that if we put the people first and get the culture right and do those things, focus on those, the results actually come anyway. And we end up with a happier, safer place to play footy. So as we go through the next sort of 5 or 6 minutes, I just want you to think, what sort of club do we want to be? What reputation do you want? What influence do you want to have on your kids and your young people? The Hawthorn Footy Club, who we've partnered with to do a bunch of work, even above winning games, if you look at their whole strategic plan, right at the top, they've got actually the thing they want more than anything else is to become the destination club, to set the culture and the environment that people actually want to come to. Because if you can do that right, then the rest of the stuff just follows. So I want to ask you this, where do you think gambling fits in sport? We know that the sports betting companies, you'll know it, you see it everywhere now, and what we're realising is that they're targeting younger people, teenagers, and entrenching sports betting is a natural part of the game that didn't used to be there sort of 10 or 15 years ago. Lots of young people bet under 18, about a quarter in any year. Teenagers are 4 times more likely to develop gambling problems than adults, and so the companies know this, and so they're targeting young people through video games, through advertising, during matches when young people are watching. And 1 in 5 started before they were 18, people with gambling problems. The Australian gambling industry spent $236 million just on advertising in 1 calendar year a couple of years ago, and that comes obviously from the losses of people.
But certainly by no means impossible. Look at that from Goddard. The Bombers are in front by a point.
There was no doubt it was safer as a viewer and as a kid watching the game. Odds and the ability to bet wasn't plastered all over the television, it wasn't shoved in your face, so there was no doubting when I was younger and when I watched footy. It was definitely a safer place for kids to watch football without having promotional stuff about betting and how easy it was to bet and odds shoved in your face 24/7. I think there's this perception that to enjoy the game you need to bet on it, and I think we need to remove that perception because it isn't true. You don't need to know odds or a side odds to actually enjoy the game. Sit back as a fan, enjoy it for what it is, and enjoy one team winning or losing or your team winning and losing rather than thinking about betting and odds and whether your enjoyment of the game hinges on a winning bet or losing bet. And it's obvious, isn't it? But we all want what's best for our kids. We all want this stuff for our own kids and our young people. But the truth is that gambling affects this stuff often in a really negative way. We know it affects self-esteem, relationships, physical, mental health, work performance, and social life.
the exact opposite of what we actually want for our young people. Problem gambling is being linked to suicide, family violence and substance abuse. It has a massive impact on our communities. And we know who's got the best odds, that's why they've got all the money, but the amount that they spend, $6 billion, every time I sit on Alexander Parade, I'm like, that's how much the tunnel would have cost without getting too political. But that's how much our state lost in gambling just this year. If every single adult gambled, it would equate to $12.51, but we know the majority don't, and so for those who gamble, it's actually thousands, much more than that. I didn't know this. Australians are the worst gambling nation in the world by a long margin. Singapore comes second. We bet, on average, per person, we lose 40% more than the second worst nation in the world. So who's most at risk? People in our sporting clubs, young males in particular, low socioeconomic, substance abuse, lack of education, experience of trauma, mental illness, contact with the corrections systems. Could we actually find a more sort of, fragile group of people, I guess, to target for these markets? And basically people are saying, though, the vast majority say there's way too much advertising already, and 300 grassroots clubs have signed up to what I'm hoping you guys will sign up to in just a moment, to sign a charter with the VRGF to say, because these clubs, these sports betting organisations now are targeting your clubs, local clubs, and saying, we'll give you a little bit of cash if you can just advertise our sports betting at your grounds. And the Victorian Responsible Gambling Foundation are trying to get a step ahead and saying, look, we need to beat them to the game and actually get clubs to say, when the knock comes on our door, we're not going to be a part of that. So the challenge to you guys is will you sign the charter? If you're a president or someone who's allowed to kind of make that decision on your own, I'd encourage you to do it right now. If you jump on your phone, you can hold your screen up. You can either take a photo of the link there, or you can actually just use the QR code. It takes literally 1 to 2 minutes to sign your club up, put your club name in and say, if a company comes to us and says, we're going to give you some money to kind of sign this charter and we'll put some advertising around your ground, I'd encourage you to sign the charter, jump on board with the VRGF and say, no, we're going to be a club that actually doesn't do that. So I'd encourage you now just to take a moment, either record the website there or take a photo of the QR code, and that'll come up automatically on your phone. You can also go straight through the links on the website if you join up that way. Thanks very much. Thanks, David.
Yep. Thanks, David.
Cheers, David.
That was very informative and very pertinent, and I don't mean to make light of it, but there were two things I noticed through there. James is eating again, and and you had the TAB app on your phone while he was doing that.
Yeah, that was clearly not great, was it?
No. You want to take stock of yourself, son?
No, we didn't really.
Yeah, you did.
No, we didn't.
You did?
No, we didn't.
Anyway, how'd you go?
Yeah, 1. No, I'm kidding.
We're not condoning that. Now, there are a number of sponsors and partners in the room, obviously, as you'll notice with the stalls.
Yes.
Not quite the Royal Melbourne Show, but the closest thing you'll get in the eastern suburbs, and all very, very relevant to each and every one of the football clubs represented here tonight. So let's run through some of the booths.
Absolutely. Trainers Association, Tanya in the team are here to discuss all things trainer-related.
Where's Tanya in the team?
Here's
Where's...
Over here.
Oh, there you are. Yep.
Very good.
Okay, we've got Team App. Where's Team App? There's Team App over there. So that's Evan, is it? Evan? Go and see Evan and you can discuss everything Team App related. Team App's the one you can get the ladder, the fixture, everything, isn't it? Yeah, I'm onto that. You want to give the TOB one away and get on the Team App. Oh, here's one.
Responsible gambling. Please see David and Ellen in the room for that.
Where's the responsible gambling one? Oh, okay, somewhere. We've also got Field of View. Where's Joe? Field of View. Field of View obviously is terrific for all your photography needs this season. We've also got the promotional tables.
Yes, the Eastland table, which we heard all about before. So Jody, Jacinta, they are standing by to say hello. Greg as well. Collect your club gift as well. So that's one to do before you leave tonight.
We've got Rob Dolan Wines. This is right up your alley, this one, isn't it?
Don't mind a drop or two.
Oh.
Kate, Rob, Courtney here for some wine tasting and club opportunities as well.
Speaking of club opportunities, he's available for lunches throughout the season too, so grand cash.
What about you're available too?
No, I watch other stuff, but I do get from time to time. Yeah, but I don't charge, and that's the difference. We've also got TAC. Where's the TAC? Yeah, there's the TAC there. The promotional staff, the young ladies there, will be handing out gift bags to all the clubs, so that's really good too. Speaking of handing out things.
Yeah, we've got some lucky door prizes now. Some great prizes to be won. Here we go.
Where's our barrel?
No, I might hold it for you to draw, Petra.
Petra, as in Petra Kvitova.
You got that one out.
Yeah, she got beaten in the final of the Oz Open.
Park Orchards.
Oh, if that isn't an omen, I don't know what is.
Yeah, you are on the bandwagon.
This is the Team App prize, 12 months worth of banner advertising worth $299.
12 months worth of banner advertising worth $300. That is fantastic. Next is the Eastland prize. Sorry?
If they're not here, I'm going to redraw it. Is anyone from Park Orchards here?
Park Orchards.
Oh, this is controversial. Can I just check with Graham? Graham, yeah, Graham's given the thumbs up.
Redraw, here we go. Petra has spoken.
Oh dear.
Norwood Football Club.
Norwood, one of the great... Norwood not here. Norwood here?
Here we go.
Yep, he's gone the long way.
That's a Team App prize. So, yeah, 12 months worth of banner advertising worth $300. This is the Eastland prize, Teach.
Now, this is 5 $20 gift cards. Okay, so we're at 5.20. Are we drawing out 5 prizes, or is... Yeah, we are.
Chirnside Park.
Chirnside Park. Where's Chirnside? Can you at least act excited when you... Thank you. The next are the gift cards.
Nunawading.
Nunawading. Yeah, now you're talking. Nunawading. Okay, next.
Croydon North, MLOC.
Yeah, see? They are just on a roll.
Noble Park.
Oh, everyone we've mentioned on stage are all getting prizes.
And the last one is Forest Hill from the gift cards.
Okay, so that's the 5 gift cards.
Righto.
Don't spend that all at once. $20 buys you a lot at Eastland. Now this is the Rob Dolan wine.
Baldwin Football Club.
Who?
Baldwin.
Oh, Baldwin. Oh no, they only have Grange out there. Over you come. Do you drink? Oh, you got 2 of those? Oh, no, just one for you. But and who's the next?
Roeville.
Roeville. Roeville. The wine's going out to Roeville. I think we used to take some cask stuff out there to the drive-in. They used to have a drive-in at Roeville.
At what?
A drive-in. Before Netflix. And a KB footy.
Lilydale.
Lilydale. First time you've got your hands on the footy for a while, isn't it? All right, well done. This is big. This is big. A Channel 9 prize. Weekend sport. No, it's a tour of the block for 2019. Where is it this year, do we know?
In St Kilda, just up from the Gatwick.
Oh,
it's a new one.
Okay, this is for 4 people, special tour of the block. Now, so presumably, like, this goes to a club, they can then use that for their own purposes and, yeah,
great,
raffle it off or auction.
That actually gets a big dollar amount at auction.
Absolutely, it does.
So it's Fair Park.
Fair Park.
Yep, we got someone in the room. Here we go. Well done. Congratulations.
Yeah, well done. This is good. The Trojan Tools gift pack. Very envious about that. Being the handyman that I am.
Very.
I am.
Roval Knights.
Ah, Rowville Lions.
Rowville Lions.
The Trojan Tool Pack is going out to the Rowville Lions.
Knights.
No, Rowville Knights. That's right. The Rowville Knights. Are you going to hit me?
Is that us?
Yep, that's us done.
Prizes?
Petra, thank you very much.
Petra, well
Petra,
done.
a round of applause.
Great work.
You've done a great job today. Okay, well, that just about wraps it up. Obviously, plenty of time to enjoy each other's company. You got to duck home and watch Married at First Sight.
Maths, yeah. Got to watch Maths. It's a dinner party tonight, so got to get home and watch that on IQ. I'm serious.
Yeah. And then the footy show.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so let's thank now...
Absolutely.
Just want to thank, obviously, all the club officials, the coaches and the captains and the players for your attendance tonight. Also the sponsors and the advertisers for their support in 2019.
Yeah, especially Deakin University, Rod Snow and his team from the School of Exercise and Nutrition Science for hosting us in this great room tonight.
Yep, and as we said, stick around and have a drink, drink responsibly, and if James Sicily's left any food, I think there's some more food around too. So anyway, enjoy each other's company, and we really do genuinely look forward to seeing you throughout the season. So good luck to each and every one of you.
Thank you.
Johnny was a young boy, he liked playing at the park. And Johnny said, oh, Dad, can you take me now? Johnny was young, never no one too early for that. He was at the park, he met a boy named Jimmy. He's a cutie, and he chose him. Oh, take my soul, share my crayon, share my goals. His daddy walked by with his sigh, said, Johnny, sit by my side, I'm gonna give you the best advice you'd ever heard in your life. See that boy named Jimmy, yeah, he's a cutie, but no, Johnny, no. Johnny, run away, no, Johnny, no, Johnny,